What's going on, guys? I'm Money back at again with your weekly Rust Skins videos, and it looks like we've got another complete the sets week or something, because we've got the From Hell set continuing. This skin was made ages ago. Out of Planets continuing. It's already had a sheet metal door and some double doors. The Amber Ancient Amber set, which just had the stone pickaxe and the hatchet. The Shadow Strike stuff, which has had the crossbow and the bow. The Panamanian sleeping bag, which just had the rug. Fish set we already know about. And the Doodle Road Sign gloves. So let's get started with the clothing and have a look at the Doodle Road Sign gloves. Obviously, this is a continuation of the Doodle set. The set's basically completely finished now. It only really needed the gloves. I think it already had leather gloves too. I could be wrong, but it now does have the Doodle Road Sign gloves as well. Going for $1.95, which is the standard store price for the glove skins on the Rust Autumn store. And overall, I think they look really nice, but glove skins, road sign glove skins, really don't perform that well, and that is mainly due to the fact that there is 3 different types of glove skins, not including the burlap gloves because they're useless. There's the road sign gloves, tack gloves, and the leather gloves, and overall the tack gloves are the best gloves, at least in my opinion. So overall, I do think that they get used more than the road sign gloves. The Doodle road sign gloves do look really nice, and there is already 2 road sign glove skins, the No Mercy and the Porcelain road sign gloves, both white glove skins already on the community market, and the No Mercy gloves are going for $2.57 and the Porcelain road sign gloves are going for $3.19. So the Doodle road sign gloves will be the 3rd pair of white glove skins, road sign glove skins on the community market. So overall that should be a good thing for its value. But there isn't a very high demand, so if these get oversaturated, then I don't think it's looking too good. But currently they are last in the top sellers, so I do think that you will be able to probably make a little bit of money off of them. But overall, I'd recommend mainly just getting them off the community market, because I do think you'll be able to get them for a little bit cheaper with a buy order. So for that reason, I'm not going to recommend investing in them, at least in bulk, for this week, because I don't think they're going to perform overly exceptional. But I do think that if you do have a small Steam wallet, then you probably could pick up some and make a little bit of money off of them. Alrighty, moving over to the fish set, we've got the fish vest, which is the fish road sign vest, and the fish helmet, which is the fish coffee can helmet, both going for $1.30 each. And overall, I actually do think that the helmet is going to be a pretty safe investment. The vest should also be relatively safe, but it doesn't really stand out as much in my opinion. The fish set is just such a massive meme set, and it actually has got a lot of popularity because of that, and it is definitely a unique looking set overall. The fact that it's going for $1.30 is definitely a good thing, because it doesn't really give it much room to go down, only really to go up. Overall, the demand for the fish set has been pretty decent, and so I do think that overall the helmet and the vest will go up in value. I do think the helmet will perform a little bit better, just because it's going to be easier to pair with other things. Obviously, the coffee can helmets aren't usually the best investment, so that's usually why I don't recommend to get them over other things like the kilt or the vest. But in this case, I do think that the helmet will perform better than the vest. And this also has me thinking, is the fish set going to continue with clothing, so proper clothing instead of the burlap crap? The hoodie and pants, is it going to continue with that? Because now we're getting to the tier 2 items, and you're not going to be wanting to wear the road sign with burlap stuff unless you're proper committed to that roleplay grind. So overall, it's going to be interesting to see where the fish set goes in the future. I'm assuming that it's going to be heading towards a hoodie and pants, and then obviously boots as well. Plus, I'm not really sure why we've missed out on the kilt, but we don't have a kilt, at least as of right now. So definitely interesting to see where this set's going to be going in the future. I do actually see it continuing still. Honestly, I've been surprised that it's continued so far, but as I said, it has been a successful set. I'd recommend getting the helmet over the vest, but I do think overall they should both be pretty safe investments, because they are only $1.30 each. So overall, I will recommend investing in both of them, and I'm sorry if you can hear my dog sleeping because he's on my lap. Alrighty, moving over to the Ancient Amber Hammer, going for $2.60, and this is a glowing hammer skin. I honestly do consider glowing weapons and tools to be pay to lose, unless of course they're glow sight guns. And in this case, I do actually think this is pay to lose, but I don't think that the casual audience of Rust really care about pay to lose items and will still pay for it. And so it is a glowing hammer, which is unique. there isn't that many glowing hammer skins on the community market, and there's actually only one hammer skin that is below the Ancient Amber hammer's price on the community market. I'm pretty sure that's the fish hammer. So overall, hammer skins are pretty safe investments. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a short-term investment, because hammer skins, in my opinion, don't have a very high demand, and so don't go up in value as quickly, although they do still go up in value pretty easily. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Ancient Amber hammer, because I do think it will make you money. Honestly, I do think that it's kind of missed the mark a little bit compared to the Ancient Amber stone hatchet and the pickaxe, because it is a lot harder to see the mosquitoes model inside of the hammer, at least in my opinion. And I also do think it's a little bit disappointing that they haven't made a new model for the Ancient Amber set instead of just using the same model every time. But overall, I do think that it's a pretty nice looking hammer skin, and I will recommend investing in it for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the Shadow Strike hatchet and pickaxe, both going for $1.95 each, and these are obviously a metal hatchet and metal pickaxe. Overall, I actually really like these skins. I didn't think that I would like them that much, but I really do think that they are unique and stand out pretty well in comparison to most hatchet and pickaxe skins. The hatchet has a unique cutout where the blade obviously looks a little bit different in comparison to the usual hatchet, and I do actually think that that is going to give it a little bit of extra demand overall. But metal tool skins don't really have a crazy high demand, and we already do have quite a lot of them on the community market. So it definitely is good that they're going for only $1.95 standstill price, but the demand really isn't that high for them. So I do think overall both of these items will go up in value, but I do think it's going to be a similar situation as the hammer. They don't have a very high demand, so it's going to be a little bit slower for them to actually go up. So both of these items will go up, but I think by Christmas time they should be above that $1.95 mark. But there is a lot of pickaxe and hatchet skins on the community market for people to look at and buy. So these definitely do have a lot of competition. Overall, if you want to get them as play skins, and if you get bored of them later and you want to sell them, I do think you're going to make money. I do think you can invest in these, but I do think that they do have a lot of competition overall in the community market. So it's definitely something to think about. But overall, they're both really nice looking skins, and it is pretty early into the Shadow Strike set. This is the first lot of tools we've had, and we've only had a crossbow and a bow as well. So I do see the Shadow Strike set continuing in the future. So that definitely could be a good thing for the pickaxe and hatchets values. So keep that in mind as well when you're going to invest in these. And overall, I will recommend investing in them. Moving over to the Outer Planets large box, we have already had some Outer Planet stuff accepted, and that was the sheet metal door and the double sheet metal door, or sheet metal double door. And one of them is above $3.25 if I remember correctly, and the other one isn't. And that is currently what the Outer Planets large box is going for, $3.25, which is above center store price for wooden boxes and deployables. And even though this is a glowing deployable, I don't think it's going to have a very crazy high demand, because I don't think it's really matching the aesthetic that most Rust players are trying to go for, where it's just obviously some stars and planets and moons. Overall, I don't think that this is going to perform as well as some people may think. It is going for $3.25. I think you're going to be able to get it for cheaper on the community market with the buy order. And overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in it. I don't think that the Outer Planets has a very high demand, and I don't think that it's going to go up in value for that reason. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Outer Planets large box for this week. And I do think you'll be able to get it for a little bit cheaper on the community market with a buy order. Alrighty, moving over to the Panamanian sleeping bag. This is a continuation of the Panamanian set now, which we've just had the Rogue accepted a week or two ago, and that performed alright. I didn't realize when I made the video last time this skin set came out that it actually had a glowing part on it. I can't remember what the animal was on the Rogue, maybe it was a turtle as well, but this also has a glowing part, and that is the turtle in the center. It's going for $1.95, which is standard store price for sleeping bags. And it also is a glowing deployable, so usually you would expect this to actually be a little bit more expensive on the Rust-Items store, but clearly it is not, and it's good for us. Overall, there's only 2 sleeping bags in the community market that are below this price, and one that is the same price, and then other than that, everything else is above $1.95. So overall, I do think the Panamanian sleeping bag is actually going to be a pretty safe investment. It's definitely a unique looking sleeping bag. We don't have any other skins really that have this kind of design. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Panamanian sleeping bag for this week. Keep in mind though, the glowing on this is obviously a lot smaller in comparison to some other items, as it is only the turtle in the center that actually is glowing. So there is going to be a lot less glow in comparison to some other sleeping bags that you could get. But I do think overall it does make it look a lot more unique and should make it perform quite well come Christmas time. I do think that this is going to be more than $1.95. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Panamanian sleeping bag for this week. Alrighty, moving over to a sheet metal door skin I didn't think was going to get accepted and has been out for a very long time, and a lot of people have been very eager for this sheet metal door skin to be accepted into the game. We have the sheet metal door from Hell going for $5.25. I'm not surprised it is above standard store price. It is currently the top seller on the top sellers page of the Rust-Oleum store, and it is obviously a glowing deployable. Maybe not so obvious if you're new to Rust investing or Rust skins and you don't know about the From Hell set, but the From Hell set has been a very successful set, has made us lots of easy money, and was one of the sets that kick-started glowing deployables. So overall, I definitely do think that the From Hell sheet metal door will be a successful set, a successful skin. Even though it is $5.25, I do still think that it's going to go above that price. If you buy it now, then by Christmas time or January, then I do think that it will be above $5.25. So overall, I do think that the sheet metal door from Hell will be a safe investment. I think it looks very edgy, and Rust players love edgy skins. Definitely looks pretty cool and has a pretty nice glow as well. So overall, I do definitely think that this is going to be a safe investment. You could probably get it for a little bit cheaper with a buy order, but I would imagine that it's probably going to take you a little while to actually get that. Just because I do think the demand for this is going to be pretty high once it goes from the Rust-Oleum store to the community market. So you'd have to be pretty lucky to get it for a little bit cheaper with a buy order. So overall, I'd still recommend to just get it off of the Rust-Oleum store and save risking yourself from having to buy it for more on the community market when you're trying to invest in them, especially in bulk. So that is what I'm going to recommend to do. So overall, I will recommend investing in the sheet metal door from Hell off of the Rust-Oleum store for this week, and I do actually think it looks like a sick sheet metal door skin. Alrighty guys, this is my cart for this week. So I'm getting 2 of the sheet metal doors from Hell, I'm getting 2 of the fish helmets, 1 of everything else. I'm not getting the Outer Planets box just because honestly I don't like it. It's going to cost me $24.80, not really investing in this week clearly, but overall I do think that there's some pretty nice looking skins this week. I just don't think there's some crazy investments. So that's what my cart's going to look like. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.
Why? 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 Why?